Christmas colouring haul. Welcome to my Christmas colouring haul. Good morning and welcome to my channel. My name is Christina and I love coloured pencils. I wanted to show you what I got for Christmas, so not just Christmas, it was like the last 3 months of the year. So I got these Black Widow pencils. There's 2 of them. I got these because I heard they were Australian and I heard they're pretty good for doing hair, and I really like the way they look. The black and the colours up the top makes it look really bright, and they have all the colour, like the actual colour that it is down the bottom. The only problem I had was with this one. I think I must have got a faded set because that looks pretty boring, doesn't it? And they all look pretty much the same colour. But then when you go under it, if you can get your fingers in the holes, it's bright. So it must just be faded. But I did swatch these. And they're actually quite nice. They're, so I say scratchy, but when I say scratchy, I mean hard, like Prismacolor. I think they might be a little bit harder than Prismacolor. And they've got pretty cool names. Hot Pink, Fairy Floss, Carrot, nobody eats carrots, apples, mango ice cream. But the colours are nice, especially these ones down here, though I'm not quite sure how I'd make that into because that's the skin tone ones there. Anyway, there's some really nice colours there. They're quite scratchy and hard, so I don't know how well they're going to blend. I will be trying that, but I think they'll be very good for hair. And next is the Faber-Castell Pitt Graphite Matte Pencil Set. As you can see, it shows you on the front here, with graphite you get a graphite glare. And these pencils are supposed to, all the Pitt Graphite matte ones, are supposed to reduce that glare. Now it is true, you do get a glare, and it's kind of like wax bloom with Prismacolor. So here's the Pitt Graphite matte ones. I have actually used them with a drawing, and I'll show you in a minute. And these are the other ones. I think they are supposed to be glossy, so I will give those a go on a drawing. And you get a paper stump. It's paper stump or tortillon, I can't remember. It's not the one that unravels anyway, it's the good one. So yeah, and sharpener and a eraser and a kneadable eraser. I always use kneadable erasers. So this is the drawing that I just did with those Pitt Graphite matte pencils. Johnny Depp, as you can tell, Captain Jack Sparrow. And actually it does reduce the glare. It actually is quite good at that. There's obviously still glare, but you know, you can't fix everything. And I also got these jelly rolls. Now I got these mainly for the colouring books, that's the word. So they're good for highlights and things like that, making it sparkly. And next is the Derwent Graphitint Mixed Media Set. These are just, it's got a cool metallic thing, but it tends to stick to metallic boxes. So these are just graphite, and they have a tint to them, like this one here. It's got a green tint, and it comes with a water brush. You know, there's water paint brushes that you fill with water, and so I haven't used these yet, but I hope to use these very soon. I did a quick swatch of the Derwent Graphitint, and this is what they look like. Now that these are the little watercolor things that are with it, so it's got some nice colors in it. And everybody knows Prismacolor. I got one of these, and I also got the 150 set. Next is the Erogeton. I think it's Japanese. That looks Japanese to me. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Tombow. I'm pretty sure they're Japanese. Anyway, I got the flower tone. I'm pretty sure I got the flower tones. And they come in these 3 little boxes, pale, vivid and deep. And they open backwards because to me I would open it that way, but it goes this way. First time I opened it, I tipped all the pencils out. And they look really cute, really sweet, just this pale white, almost cream, and then all these pastel colours. And if you can get your fingers in there, you can get it out. This one here is the vivid tone, and look how vivid they are. They are really nice, those colours there. And then last you have the deep tones. And they're pretty cool too. One thing I will say is they are very, very scratchy, like they're hard. Just get used to scratchy is hard. They're, I don't know if they're going to blend at all. They are more scratchy than the ones I just did, the Black Widow. I did a swatch. See how no matter what I did, they're just scratchy. There's some nice colours in there. Like there's the top pastel ones, and there's the vivid ones, and there's the deep ones. They're nice colours, but I don't know how they're going to go with layering or blending. But I shall find out. And next I got the Derwent Pro Color. Bang. I got these just because I wanted to. I don't like the look of them. They're not, they don't appeal to me. Like the Black Widow ones were nice. The Erogenton ones look nice. I like Albert Dura, whatever it is. And I got Lightfast as well. I like them. I don't know, there's just something about them. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, these ones are hard too, scratchy. They've got some nice colours. They don't have a great, oh yeah, that one was, I was going to say that one was broken when I got it. There were a few that were broken, and I had to sharpen it right down in order to get to the next lead because it was fairly broken. I did do a swatch, and they are, like I said, they are scratchy, but they have some nice colours. It has a good variety of yellow and oranges. It doesn't have a great variety of reds. It's only got a couple of reds really, and pinks as well. But other than that, it's going to be interesting to try and do them, maybe with, I don't know, hair. Doing a lot of hair. And next I got is the 72 Inktense. Now, I would have got the bigger one, but Eckersley's didn't have the bigger one, so we don't have a great variety of shops here. And yeah, so I got the 72 Inktense. I'm sure everyone knows what that is. And these are so much lower than the other ones because I have been swatching them. So I've done just the normal swatch and added water, activated them. But I'm also doing mixing charts. So this is when 100 is mixed with all these colors, and I've done 200, and I'm slowly getting through them, but I will have that done and I will show everyone when I'm done. Now I also got these metallic Derwent pencils. Now I'm going to be honest, anything metallic usually disappoints me. Those Jelly Roll metallic ones are actually alright, but metallic paints always disappoint, and I'm pretty sure metallic pencils are going to disappoint too, which is not a great thing to say, but it just must be really hard to get metallic things to work. So it has a nice variety of colours. It's got I was actually really looking forward to seeing this pink one in action, and it's got, you know, bronze, copper, all of them, some greens. There's only so much you can do with metallic, I suppose. I have swatched them. They are very scratchy too, very hard, but they go down all right. This yellow looks, even though it looks green to me, I don't know, must have a problem with yellow. The pink wasn't as metallic-y and bright as I hoped it would be, but yeah, hopefully they don't disappoint. And next is my Jessie Lane Derwent Lightfast wooden box. Now, Jessie Lane, if you haven't heard of him, he's an amazing coloured pencil artist. I got this because the box one was actually cheaper than the normal case one, 100 piece, and it was cheaper, so I thought, well, I like Jessie Lane, it's cheaper, I'm going to get this one. Now this is just a cover. It comes in a really nice box. Don't drop, don't drop, don't drop. So it comes in this nice box with these locks. And it has the Lightfast book, so just about all of these are really high Lightfast. Well, they're all Lightfast, but most of them are high Lightfast. So this is the book that comes with it. Now I was really excited when I opened the book because it has, I think it has how they make them. It looks German. Anyway, but it also has Jessie Lane's artwork in here, a couple of them. And like I said, I really like Jessie Lane. So I like this book. And this here, if I can get the pencil out, that holds the pencils. It's not the usual foam like you find like that, or just a little divot in the box. It's actually molded felt or something. It's really good. Those pencils are not going to go anywhere. And there's 3 layers. Meh. 3 layers. I haven't got around to swatching these yet, but I'm going to keep these ones in the box because I like the box. Like I said, I'm really good at getting things out of boxes. I'm not good at getting things in boxes. That's why you get married. And last but not least is the Lyra, or Lyra. I say Lyra. It's another box like that one. Not wood, plastic. Got a lock. Well, not a lock, but a clasp. And this one is, it's got good protection here. This one is all graphite stuff because I really like graphite. It's my favourite. These are just normal pencils, normal graphite, so from 4H to 6B. And here you got some charcoal and some charcoal. And these ones here are carbon, which I've never used carbon before, but I've heard they're really good at outlining and things like that. So that'll be good to give a go. But charcoal, I have to be honest, I have never used charcoal because when I was a kid in school, core memory is holding onto those horrible little charcoal sticks and sitting on the concrete and having to draw with those sticks, and you get the black stuff all over your hands and the sticks fall apart and whatever you're trying to draw just doesn't work. So I remember saying to myself, I never ever ever want to use charcoal ever again. But now they're in a pencil, it might be different. So here's another kneadable eraser, another paper stump. Not as good quality as the other one, but pretty sure they're graphite. These are pastels, and these ones are oil pencils and dry pencils. Now I honestly do not know what they are good for, so I shall have to look that up and give them a try and see what they do. But anyway, that's the pencils that I got. That's more than what I usually get. You know, I don't usually buy things like this. I also got some coloured pencil books, so I shall get them and show you. So I wanted to show you all the colouring books that I got. Now this is the Sarah Renee Clark 2025 journal or planner or diary or whatever you want to call it. And every page is filled with something to colour, and it's quite decent paper. And you have your year in advance and your yearly goals. I'm not going to go through it all, But the beginning of every month is a page to colour. This one is buttons. And then in the month, you have your month in, advance or whatever it is. I don't know, I can't remember. Then you've got your this month and your trackers. And then your day to a line, or line to a day, or line day, or whatever you want to say. All these things to colour. And every month has a different one. So that's a whole bunch of, looks like leaves. And this one is all these toys. All the citrus. All these flowers. I'm not quite sure what they're called. Bleeding hearts. Flowers. Flowers and leaves. Flowers and leaves. Bees. They look kind of like a little bit like wasps to me, but they're bees. This one's going to be good to colour. I like to colour in ones that give you a 3D effect. Flowers. Don't quite know what they are. Just generic flowers. A whole bunch of telephones. Now I will say I'm not that old. I'm not that old. I am that old. And that one. And those ones they had for public payphones. For Telstra, I think it was 20 cents a phone call when you needed to call home. Some more flowers and leaves. Some flowers or mushrooms or flowery mushrooms. You could do either. And all sorts of artist tools. And umbrellas. For December, because December is our wet time in Australia. And you've got your reflections, and on Christmas, on December, you have all your candy canes. So it comes in a really nice box, and it also came with a couple of free samples of her colour cube. I don't know if you've seen that, but yeah, it's actually quite handy. I didn't realise how handy it could be. So it's something to keep in mind for next Christmas, I suppose. Now I'm a little bit behind on the Johanna Basford trend. I did actually get her a book 10 years ago when my son was born. I think it was Enchanted Garden, but yeah, life happened and I never coloured it in. I still have it, so I'm going to colour it in. So I'm not going to go through all the pages because I'm sure that's been done to death. I'm just going to show you the pages that I would like to do. This is one. I am a fan of fairies. Flowers, yeah, I'm alright flowers, but I like fairies, and this kind of reminds me of fairies. This one, I think this is going to be the first one I do, because this book, Magical Worlds, is the book that my son got me, and he keeps asking me if I've coloured in something of his book, so I will do that one first. This one, I've seen some amazing artists colour that one in, and it inspired me to want to do that one. And this one, because I absolutely love sugar. Just sugar is my weakness. Sugar and salt and vinegar. So these just look like, I don't know if they're supposed to, I don't know if it's just me and I'm seeing things, but it looks like lollies to me. Candy, and yeah, they're cake pops. You can't tell me they're not cake pops. Now this one, I went back twice and decided to get it finally by this is Worlds Within Worlds by Kirby Rosanes. Kirby. We'll call her her. Oh, man. Sorry. We'll call them Kirby. Yeah, I didn't want to get it, but then I actually looked at it and saw it was really awesome. It was $30 from the one and only bookstore we have here where I live. We don't have many things here. We just have one QBD. And they don't have a very big selection, and I was really lucky they had this one, to be honest. And now I've actually fallen in love with this artist and I'm hopefully getting a couple more books. Now this one, the two shoes, it just kind of reminds me, when I was a kid, and even when I was an adult I kept it. I had this toy shoe, and it wasn't a shoe, it was actually a toy, like Little People, and it had all these doors to open and windows, and that's what this reminds me of. I got rid of that. I gave that away. I'm really upset at myself for giving that away, but whatever. This one, the water and the books, looks a little tricky to get the water right, but I want to give it a go. And this one here, this is going to be a huge one. It's going to be really, really difficult, but I think if I do it right, it'll look good. It'll look better than good. It'll look amazing. Dragons and fairies are my thing. I absolutely love dragons. They're my spirit animal. And this sea serpenty dragon thing here, this one's going to be a really big one to do as well. Now, just because I've only marked off a few of these doesn't mean I don't like the other pages. I really like just about all the pages in this book. This one here, I think, is cost $7, so whatever. I think it's AI because it doesn't have an artist, but like I said, I like dragons and I like fairies, and guess what this one is? It's all dragons, and well, this one isn't fairies, but it's pretty people and got lots of hair. I went straight past the one. I want to do that one because it's got the dragon in the library, very scholarly dragon, learning things. I don't know what he's learning, maybe how to cook people. And this dragon one, and the girl, it looks very cute. And another dragon. I got to admit, if I saw him coming at me, my underwear would be brown. This one here, it's going to be good to do the reflections, but I'll just show you the one that I have. I think I tagged this one, because of her hair and because of the dragons and the clothes. I'm actually really looking forward to being able to, hopefully, fingers crossed, colour them in and make them look really awesome. Oh, and that one there, I like that one too. So for an AI book, there's actually, I got 4 of them. For an AI book, I'm pretty sure it's AI anyway. It's, all right. Now this one here is just all these goth girls. They've got a lot of eyeliner and mascara on. It was $25 down to $10. I had some cash in my pocket. It was burning a hole, so I got it. So it's basically all very similar things. The girls with the dark eyeshadow, just all the same. So I haven't marked any out on this one because they're pretty much all the same. There's nothing different to it. It's just something to practice on and, you know, do hair and things like that. So here's another one of the fairy fantasy dragon ones. As you can see, I was attracted by the colour, the cover, all the glittery stuff, and there's no way in heck that I could cover a colour like that. I don't think that's colouring. I'm pretty sure that's AI, but I can give it a go. So it's more of similar ones to the other one. Obviously I marked that one because it reminds me of like a little fairy house, and that one's going to be interesting to do. And this one here, she's just a pretty little fairy sitting with the flowers. And her, she's got sad eyes. They look, I don't know, they look sad. But her hair and the flowers should be interesting to do. And the horse, I've never done a horse before, but I've seen a lot of tutorials on a horse, so hopefully one day I'll pull my finger out and do that. This is a very similar one, same people, it's just flowers, this one. So I haven't marked any out to do on this one because I'm not a huge fan of flowers. Hopefully, I'm hoping to be, because a lot of things are flower based, like a lot of Joanna Basford things are flower based. So I'm hoping to practice flowers on this one. Now here's a dragon one by the same. just more very similar ones. So another dragon learning things in the library. Can't see any names on these books, so I don't know what he's learning. Like I say, I reckon it's recipes. A dragon and its baby. All the dragon stuff. And it's just more dragon things. And people. And flowers. Always got to have flowers, even with dragons. I can't imagine dragons would enjoy flowers that much. I don't think they would sniff them. But Hogwarts. This is based on a game, I think. They're very intensive, these pictures in here. They're very small. The paper is alright. It's not thick, it's not thin. But a lot of them are going to be, I mean, look at that one. A lot of them are going to be very labour intensive. And that one. And those two. That one looks like an absolute nightmare to me. But if you did it, it would look amazing. So yeah, there's quite a few very labour intensive ones in here that when I feel like it, I will sit down and do it. I think I only marked a couple on here. Yeah, that one. And now another labour intensive one. Well done me. I was obviously in a mood. Now this one is not something I would usually get, not something I actually hate TV shows and movies about them, but I thought I would get this because it was something different. So it's a zombie horror book, and it is basically just what it says, zombies. Just a whole bunch of, oh, that looks like my mother. She doesn't watch my videos, so she'll never know I said that. And if she did, and if someone tells her, I'm sorry Mum, I love you. Yeah, so it's just a whole bunch of zombies, just something different. You know, if you feel like, instead of doing flowers, if I get sick and tired of doing flowers, I'll do some zombies. Now I got this because this is Australia, and I figured I should have an Australian book, and it was only $5. So it's basically just filled with a lot of Australian animals, cockatoos, I think that's a wombat. Yeah, it's got to be a wombat, nothing else it could be. Kangaroos, kookaburras. I love kookaburras. I hear them laughing around 3-4 a.m. in the morning near where I am, because there's I live near bush, and you hear all these kookaburras laughing, and once one starts, they all start. Lots of birdies. So it's just a whole bunch of Australian plants too, and I should know what they're called, but I don't. Bottle brush, wattle, I don't know. So I only marked a couple off on this one. I marked the flowers and the kookaburras, but I've never coloured in birds before either. They've always scared me, just because of the feathers. And another Joanna Basford one, Rooms of Wonder. So I've marked off lollies, more lollies. I know I've said it before, but I absolutely love lollies. On my desk over here I have a bag of lollies, and another bag of lollies over there, another bag of lollies over there, and just, you know, somebody annoys me, I have a lolly or candy or whatever it is you call it. We call them lollies. And this one here is a pretty little dressing room where, you know, you'd sit and get dressed. It doesn't look very comfy. I'd rather a chair with a back, to be honest, but yeah. More lollies and ice cream. I'm not a big fan of ice cream. Oh, so that's an ice cream page. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of ice cream. I don't eat much ice cream, but I'll eat the lollies with the key in it. Must be something to do with the book. You must have to find keys. And bees. I hate honey. Honey makes me, if I smell it or see it, it makes me gag and want to vomit. And if I actually taste it, I will throw up. And I think it's because when I was a baby, my mother would take my dummy or pacifier or whatever it is you call it, and she would dunk it in honey and put it in my mouth. So every hour or so, every half an hour, whenever she wanted to replenish it and shut me up, she would dunk it in honey and put it in my mouth. Now, I have never been able to eat anything that has the slightest taste of honey in it. I had some honey, chicken honey, no, it's honey soy. I didn't realize it was honey. Oh, I don't know, it was flavored chips, and I didn't realize they had honey in them. And I had one yesterday, and it's like, oh God, no. So my family can eat them. I don't like them, just saying. Secret Garden. I think this is a very famous one. I think this is the one that made her very popular. Very, very big. It's going to take a long time to get that done, but when it's done, it's going to look amazing. Amaze balls. Another fairy house with birds, but I don't know why a fairy would trap birds, but alright, whatever the fairy wants to do, I suppose. And the gazebo looking thing with another trapped bird. Sure. I'm not opposed to having birds as pets. I love birds. And this is her Joanna Basford's World of Flowers. Now they're the metallic jelly roll pens that I did a quick little swatch of, and they actually look really good. They're not hugely glittery, but they're shiny. For metallic colours, like I said before, metallic colours usually disappoint me, and I think those Derwent metallic pencils are going to be disappointing. And metallic paint is usually disappointing, but those pens actually look alright. They do. Another fairy themed one. Another fairy themed one. Gardening concoction place where you garden and make perfumes, or so. Oh yeah, you make perfumes out of flowers, don't you? You do, because it's perfumes. It's a perfume place. And more flowers and little beehives or hives or houses or something. And little planter box. The wood colour should be interesting to do. So that is all of the books that I got. So I actually do have some other books coming. I have a couple more Kirby Rosanes books, and I also have Clara Markova's Orchid Full of Fairies. It got here in Australia on the 28th of December, but it's still in customs because, well, I assume it's customs because it's been stuck in Sydney. And I've heard horror stories about things being stuck there for 2, 3, 4 months. So hopefully it's not that long. I mean, it's just a book, really nothing else in there. I don't know why it's taken so long, but it's just sitting there, just waiting for somebody to finally pick it up and scan it and go, hey, it's just a book. So yeah, I'll hopefully have that for so I'm going to do a haul video every 3 or 4 months. So hopefully I'll have that for then, because I was also going to order another one, but I want to make sure I like this one first. But yeah, so yeah, I'm going to get started. I have another video coming up that is a picture of lips that I drew, and one side is Prismacolor and the other side is Holbein, and I just wanted to compare Holbein. I say Holbein. I should probably use Holbein, but I'm going to say Holbein. I just wanted to compare the Prismacolor and the Holbein. No, I don't have the whole amount of Holbein colours, so I was very limited in what I could do trying to match it with the Prismacolors because I have all of the Prismacolors. But yeah, so the next video coming up in a few days is going to be comparing the Prismacolor and the Holbein, and they are very similar. I don't know if I'd ever buy the full collection of Holbein because it's very expensive. They actually have a sale on at the moment, but it's still like $600 for the whole set. And they are very buttery, and you know, they kind of like be like Prismacolors, and you would go through them very quickly. So I'm also going to do a light fast test on the Holbeins. So that will be in about 6 months' time. I'll have that video ready. So that is my haul for, well, I say October to December or January, and I'll be doing another one around March, Aprilish. And the next video coming up is going to be this one, and then hopefully the next one after that is going to be the finished pumpkin, and keep going from there. So thank you for watching. I know it was a long video, and I'm sorry, and I apologize for my Australian accent if it's hard to understand sometimes. I'm trying to slow down my voice, my speaking, but I don't know, apparently we speak fast. So yeah, so I hope you all had a good Christmas and a happy new year, and I'll see you again in a few days. Thank you. Bye.